A major component in any form of resilience or recovery is the concept of hope. Those in crisis look for hope to recover, and those who help others know that hope is a powerful human strength in any crisis. What is hope? What makes hope so effective? Welcome to the ICISF Quick Tips series. In this installment, Peter Volkmann takes a quick look at the dimensions of hope that gives strength and power to those in any type of recovery. Peter Volkmann has been involved in CISM for over 30 years and is author of a CISM course, Human Spirit and Faith Tactics in CISM. What prompted you to study the concept of hope?
There have been times in my life, just like many others, where I felt hopeless and really struggled with that state of being. How I created hope from hopelessness in my life was almost magical in changing my life. I've been called a hope dealer many times in my life with all my recovery work and helping those who have been either traumatized or those who are struggling with different types of substance use disorders. I've realized so many use the word hope in recovery with a universal understanding of it, yet really a limited knowledge of what makes hope hope.
Can you define hope?
I really never understood or was taught what is hope. Robert Mills in 1979 provided the best definition that I found in my research. He defined hope as an attitude or a state of being. Hope is an intuitive read on our conscious being that connects our whole selves. Hope is peace beyond magical thinking or stoic acceptance that provides a glimpse of light. Hope opens the possibility of achieving a sacred sense of comfort, whether confronted by joy or overwhelmed by sorrow. Well, these definitions that he provided, they run pretty deep, and it really makes grasping the understanding of hope very convoluted. A colleague of mine, Brian Flynn from Binghamton, New York, described hope beautifully as hope is who we want to be and how we want to interact with the world in which we want to live. You see, defining hope with universal concepts and a universal definition is really difficult because what I've discovered is that hope is a personal experience in each and every one of us.
It sounds like there is no simple definition of hope.
It is hard to get that simple definition, but it's a complex concept that can be seen through not just one lens. I have experienced two types of hopes. The first one is man-made and the second one is spiritual. Let's start with man-made. Man-made hope focuses on the valued outcome, goodness, or state of being. It preserves and restores the meaning of life. It clarifies, it prioritizes, it affirms what a hoping person perceives as most important in life. It's man-made. Hope comes from man itself, whether it's coming from within yourself in finding that hope or hope through others. Really, that's crisis intervention. And then there's spiritual hope. Best example I can give you is at the end of life when nothing is left but hope. It's a spirituality. And spirituality is a belief of something greater than yourself, something more in being human than just our sensory experiences. It's something greater we are a part of that is cosmic or divine in nature. It shifts from finding a way to living to the experience of living.
Earlier you brought up that there are dimensions of hope. Can you describe those dimensions?
I've compared the 6 dimensions of hope from the work of Karen Default and Benita Martocchio with the 5 areas of distress in CISM training. You see, in CISM trainings, the 5 areas of distress include the cognitive, the affect, the behavioral, the physical, and the spiritual. So let's compare that with the 6 dimensions of identified hope. Those 6 dimensions include cognitive, affect, behavioral, affiliative, temporal, and contextual. Let's first start with the cognitive or the thinking dimension. You see, hope is really reality-based, and it's not a wish. There's a difference between a wish and a hope, and that's it. It's this reality-based through examination of what personal resources you have and the limitations you have personally that creates this cognitive dimension of hope. The second one is the affect. You see, there are sensations and there are emotions that result in a confident feeling of an outcome with feelings of uncertainty. You see, that uncertainty is necessary in waiting for the outcome. And so you have this confident feeling, these confident emotions, creating in hope, yet you have to also deal with the uncertainty because you have to wait for that outcome. The third dimension we'll talk about is a behavioral dimension. You see, there's 4 realms of action to energize feelings and attitudes to directly affect hope. Those 4 realms include the psychological reactions or mental activities like organizing ideas or planning strategies. Making decisions. Part of hope is having to make decisions and thinking about resolutions. Then there are the physical realms, such as personal acts of hope as proper eating habits or exercising or even resting. The third realm are social actions, and what that really is reaching out to others. Because by reaching out to others, that behavior creates hope with others. And the fourth realm of actions include the religious realm. What you do is it's part of religious functions and charities that include also praying and meditation. Those 4 realms of actions are part of the behavioral dimension of hope. The next dimension of hope is affiliative, and these are all about a sense of belonging beyond yourself. It's about relationships with other people, other living things, and even possibly a higher power. There is an expression of hope objects that include relationships or concerns for others. There's a reliance on others through skill and or influence. The next one is temporal, and really that's the experience of time in the past, present, and future of the hoping process. So you may have past experiences in life where hope did work, and you can utilize those past experiences of skills in creating hope. The present moment, being in the present moment, also helps. Most of us who go into crisis as a result of experiences that create pain of the past or fear of the future. And so being in the present moment helps create your future hope. The last one is the contextual dimensions of hope is brought to the forefront of awareness and experience within the context of your life, which includes life situations that surround and influence hope. This comes usually with loss and hopelessness through stress and crisis. Hopelessness, though, is not the absence of hope. That's a really important concept. Hope and hopelessness are not opposites of each other. Each concept, whether it be hope or whether it be hopelessness, can regard an outcome in some way in that dimension. So we really have to put life in context for that hope.
There is clearly a lot to be explored in hope. Is there anything that you would like to share as we end our talk?
Yes. I usually end my talks with this statement that I learned in all my personal and professional experiences pertaining to hope. Never discount what hope can do when hope is all that counts.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the ICISF Quick Tip Series.